Hey everybody, what's up? It's me, it's Pete, and I am coming to you with another edition of Pete Plays Tyranny. When we last left off, I had a conversation with Lantry and Tunon. So today, we're gonna actually finally get out of here. And, oh, maybe not. Somebody has to stop us. Bleden Mark is here. Let's see, what voice for Bleden Mark? Welcome back, kid. Assuming as it would have been, amusing as it would have been to watch the edict drop, I guess I'm glad you lived. Bleden Mark, Archon of Shadows, rouses from a faraway stare, turning to face you with a wry smile. Though he stands still, he seems to sift in and out of the shadows that shroud him. Sided with the Scarlet Chorus, huh? You like secrets and trickery? The Archon gives you a long stare, punctuated at the end with a short sneer. I could say, I don't need morals to win a war. Or I could say, time was of the essence, but Ash was slow to act. I sided with the Archon that could ensure my survival. Or what's it to you, Archon of the elderly? Or glare silently, or turn to leave. Huh. Let's go with, I don't need morals to win a war. A court could disagree with you there. His pupils spread and bleed, needing the light in his eyes. He stares at you with his eyes of darkness in his shadowed, shrouded face, and his expression is not pleased. Then he blinks, and the emotion is past, his golden irises once more glowering dimly back at you. I imagine you're off to meet with the voices for, well, whatever it is he has in mind. But first, you and I need to have a little chat. I'm listening. Everyone's keeping an eye on you because you did something nobody has done before. Got a guess as to what that might be? Let's see. I'm a Fate Binder. First Fate Binder to engage in a war against an ally's soldiers. That doesn't make sense. I'm the first Fate Binder to proclaim 2 edicts. I could see that. I'm the first to resolve an edict before its consequences came to pass. That one could be too. I'm the first Fate Binder to awaken the spire of the old walls. I'm the first person to take an evasive stance against your rhetorical questions. Let me guess, I'm the first Fate Binder Kairos has decided to promote to some position of authority. Or glare silently. I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to say I'm the first. Or no, we know I'm not the first to resolve an edict. It has happened twice before. We learned that through conversation. I think I'm the first to awaken a spire. You're not wrong. That was definitely a shock. But I doubt it's the sole reason you've made the tears tremble. Proclaiming an edict isn't new. Neither is surviving or resolving the commandments of an edict. But you're the first to proclaim an edict. To proclaim and resolve the very same edict. And it didn't kill you. In one fell swoop, you survived your second edict. Resolved the very one you had proclaimed. And woke an arcane structure that had slept for several centuries. I could say, why should I care about any of this? Or, so, why are you telling me this? Did I do something wrong? Or I could glare silently. Or, and now I go on your short list of people who stand out as potential problems? Why should I care about any of this? Sorry, it's early morning. I'm not used to talking this much. Okay. Kairos only knows if you should, but others will hear of what you've done, and they'll assume it's important. They could come to see you as a rival for the Overlord's attention, and seek to remedy the problem of your rising significance. I don't care what you do with the information, but you should know the danger you're in now that you've put yourself on the map. When you're dealing with voices, don't forget that he'll be doing everything he can to figure out what makes you different, and how he can use it for his own gain. Thanks for the advice. Or glare silently, or wait, there's just still so much I want to ask you. That seems like our necessary option, or until the next. No, not now. Try me somewhere with fewer prying eyes and listening ears. Thanks for the advice. The Archon of Shadows shrugs to you in farewell, but his golden eyes are alight with interest as he watches you.
Will do.
Alright, so we've met Bleden Mark. Which is cool. So all we can go to in the Bastard City is Tunon's Court. So let's go to the world map. Stone Seas, where we'll be meeting with the Archon of Secrets, voice of Nayrat. We're going to go to the Sunset Spire. Lethian's Crossing. Oop, we got something to read. Built in the shadow of an old wall's junction in the realm of Haven, Lethian's Crossing is a growing trading settlement. The nearby rivers are rich in iron ore, though the locals lack the technology to smelt and forge the element. In the years following Kairos' conquest of the Seers, the population of Lethian's Crossing swelled, with refugees fleeing the destruction of their homelands. The presence of the forge-bound mining the iron, along with their guards, makes this makeshift settlement a vital resource for Kairos' armies. Briefly garrisoned during Kairos' conquest of the Tears, the settlement was taken over by a band of mercenaries known as the Bronze Brotherhood after Kairos' forces abandoned the settlement. Here we go. Now I guess it matters less when we actually manage to finish things, because it's not... it's no longer... Oh! We got ambushed. We're not racing the clock of the edict anymore. Well, I'm curious what would happen if you just wasted all the time and let the edict happen. That would be interesting. Okay. Apparently we've gotten ambushed. I don't know if I'd call this an ambush, but... A small figure stands before some armor-clad soldiers. His arms move wildly as he gestures in frustration, yelling at the man directly in front of him. Absolutely not. I've come through Iron Hall Trail more times than I can remember. No one ever asked for a toll before, and I won't be paying one now. He notices you standing nearby and turns to speak. Fatebinder, surely you, of all people, can help me. My name is Aster, and I must get to Lethian's Crossing. I have goods to deliver. Tell this man I will not be paying a toll, to him or anyone, and he is to let me through. He folds his arms over his chest and nods with a pronounced finality. Will of the Bronze Brotherhood. Who's Aster? Aster is with Lethian's Crossing. Greetings, Fatebinder. I am sorry you have been drawn into this. What you've stumbled into here is merely a conflict of the changing times. I'm Will of the Bronze Brotherhood. Ironhall Trail is under our protection, and anyone passing through must obey our rules. If this gentleman would like passage through our land, a simple donation is required. He holds out his hand. These funds help our cause and keep Ironhall a safe place for all travelers. Clearly, you both can see the value in that. Ooh, this guy sounds like he wants to die. I don't like tolls, okay? I only like government-issued tolls. I only like paying tolls on the turnpike. Aster speaks, his arm swinging about again, emphasizing his words. And who, exactly, is keeping it safe? You standing there with your weapons at the ready against me? His arms drop and he turns to you again. I'm not but a traveling merchant. I have no money to spare, and I certainly pose no threat to anyone. Keep this area safe indeed, he points at Will. You are the only threat here. Fatebinder, please, talk some sense into this man. I could pay the toll for Aster. I could address Will. This man will not be paying a toll today. Call your guards off and allow us passage immediately. Or I could talk to Aster and say, just because you passed through before means nothing. Pay the toll now or head back. You try my patience. I'm going to address Will. Gain favor with Lethian's crossing. Thank you, Fatebinder. You have done a great deal of good today, Aster bows dramatically. He turns back to the soldier. And you, brute, move aside and let me pass. Will holds his position and gives you a meaningful look. Perhaps you want to reconsider your stance on the matter, Fatebinder. He plants his hammer on the ground and leans on it, staring Aster down. Passage is bought with rings or blood, but I'll happily take both. I can stand by my decision. I can pay the 50 ring toll for Aster. I can address... I'm standing by my decision. Aster raises his hands in protest. I thank you for your efforts, Fatebinder, but it's not worth bloodshed. I will leave in peace. Oh, I'll murder these fools. Will returns to his position and looks you over, his former genial mood gone. So a Fatebinder in our little corner of the world. Who'd have ever thought this would happen? He spits between his feet and crushes it into the dirt with his boot. You are walking a dangerous line, Fatebinder. The Bronze Brotherhood never back down from threats. He pauses for a moment, sizing you up. Normally, I'd knock you down where you stand for threatening me, but Ratamon demanded to see you if you came through here. I thought he was crazy saying you'd be visiting Lethian's Crossing. Looks like I owe him a few rings. Will, he shakes the pouch around his neck, making the rings inside jingle melodically. Not that there's a shortage of those out here. What can this humble servant of the Brotherhood do for you, Fatebinder? And don't ask me to let you through, because that isn't happening. Varric chimes in. This ridiculous piece of mercenary offal requires a lesson in pain and obedience. Allow me to teach him. I'm going to say, if you think you can get him to move, do it. Gain loyalty with Varric. Sellsword, attend me. I take it your responsibilities have been explained to you? Keep the rabble on this side of the bridge, yes? That does not preclude taking orders from your betters. One of two things will happen. Either you will let us pass, or we will simply pass. There are no other options. Whatever role you have taken upon yourself to bar our way has already failed. You succeeded only in delaying our task and annoying me. Will says, Is your name Ratamon? Are you leader of the Bronze Brotherhood? He cups his ear to listen. No, I didn't think so, because he decides who crosses and who doesn't. If you have a problem with that, take it up with him. I've gained wrath with the Bronze Brotherhood. Ash, forgive me, but I can only endure so much of this fool's inane jabbering. A blur of rusted metal precedes a deafening crunch as Varric backhands the mercenary, leaving a significant mark behind. Will rubs his cheek. Hold on, I'm just doing my job. I apologize if I offended. Ratamon will have my head if I let you through. There's nothing I could do about it. Where's Radamon then? There he is. While you are talking to Will, a striking man with a shock of bright blonde hair approaches, moving away from some men searching bodies of slain soldiers to the south. He watches you intently as he closes, his angular features pulling into a look of disdain. And here's the fate binder. No, we gotta come up with something better than that. And here's the fate binder. He doesn't mask the displeasure in his voice. I knew we'd see you. I was just wondering when. What brings you out where no one asked you to come? Are you Kairos' dog, ready to be put down again? I won't surrender the crossing, no matter how many times you try to take it. We were hired to protect this city, and we will continue to do so. No one else will have it. He glances at his men, who have stopped to watch the conversation. With a start, they return to searching the bodies. Never mind, he waves a hand dismissively. I don't care why you're here. My name is Radamon. I am leader of the Bronze Brotherhood. But I'm sure you already know that. I couldn't help but seeing you over here, talking to Will and that traveling merchant. Only here for a moment and already sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, aren't you? I don't appreciate others invading my territory, Fatebinder. I told him he had to speak to you, Ratamon. He wanted through, but I told him no. If you don't give me the single, the Fatebinder isn't getting into Lethian's crossing. No one will invade your territory. Radamon stares at Will for a few moments, lips pursed, then continues as if Will never spoke. Watch yourself while you are a guest in my land. If you have come to stir up more trouble, we are well equipped and will not back down in the defense of what is rightfully ours. He sweeps his arm in front of him, gesturing to the surrounding countryside. Welby and I might not always agree, but that is one point we see eye to eye on. If you step out of line, we will both correct you. His eyes narrow as he leans toward you. You are not welcome here. Now tell me what you want to leave. Alright, let's figure this out. I could say you would do well to watch your tone when speaking to a Fatebinder. Or why are you charging travelers a toll to get through Ironhall Trail? Or tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood. I need to get to left. Okay, I can just start asking a question. You would do well to watch your tone when speaking to a Fatebinder. Radaman laughs hollowly. I care not about Kairos' forces. We rebuffed their feeble attempt to remove us from our rightful home once already. I am more than happy to try again. You will find I do not cower when you raise your voice against me, lapdog. Why are you charging travelers a toll to get through Ironhall Trail? I don't see how the affairs of the Brotherhood are your business, Fatebinder. Suffice it to say, the funds we receive from our tolls help us keep the lands around Lethian's crossing safe. We are owed our dues, and we shall have them. Tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood. We are a humble group with noble, long-held traditions on the side of right and honor. Radamon's voice fills with pride. If there is an injustice that needs to be rectified, we are called. So you're hired mercenaries. I don't care about getting wrath with them at all. Radamon's face takes on a sour expression. If you want to be crass, then yes, people pay us for our services, but it's hardly the reason we do what we do. Relax, there is no shame in doing what you do well for a decent wage. But claiming you're doing the work of the righteous when you're just selling your brawn makes you sound like a brigand or a conqueror. Radamon says, those are quite arrogant words from a man who belongs to a group that takes knowledge and hides it from the world. Your opinion in this matter means nothing to me. I need to get to Lethian's crossing. Radamon considers your request for a moment. If I let you through, you must promise to behave. I have enough problems dealing with everyone else. I don't need the hassle of keeping an eye on you, too. So watch yourself. This is my city, and I have eyes everywhere. If you intend to stir up trouble, go somewhere else. I don't need it here. He turns to Will. Let the Fatebinder through. Do nothing to delay or cost this party, or you'll answer to me. Will gives him a quick salute. He changed. I thought I was going to have to kill him, but I don't have to kill him. Oh, man. The camera blew out super bad as the sun came up. There we go. That's better. Tell me about Welby. He shoots a look to the north. I had such high hopes for her as my first axe. The continued success of the Brotherhood should be the single most important goal for anyone who is a member. She seems to have forgotten her place. She is not the head of this band. I am. If she doesn't stop overreaching, I will have to replace her with someone who knows how to obey. Why is Lethian's crossing so important to the Bronze Brotherhood? We were asked to do a job and we did it. Then what happens? Kairos attempts to eject us from our home. He makes an emphatic gesture to the north towards Lethian's crossing. By all rights, that city is ours, and suddenly Kairos wants it. Well, I intend to keep it. I refuse to leave. We've protected the crossing for years, and even ensured Kairos' forces could do business here when Narad asked us to. No, we did the job we were asked, and this land belongs to us. You said you don't do it for the money, but that's why you're fighting over Lethian's crossing. I don't appreciate your tone or the implications of what you're saying, Fatebinder. Radamon's eyes are hard and his voice is flat. This is a mere matter of principle. We performed a service and we were paid for that service. Don't try to glibly explain away a complex situation. This is our home. This is my home. I will have it, no one else. Now, if all you came here to do is insult me and mine, I would suggest you leave. Okay, we will speak again soon. I certainly hope that isn't the case. You got Radamon's permission to go, Fatebinder, so go. Alright, let's look around first. Well, at least peruse the area first.
Can't do that.
Go up this hill. See if there's anything up there. Ooh, somebody else to talk to. Welby. A tall woman stands here, surveying the area from a small overlook. She glances at you and immediately goes back to watching her surroundings. Welcome to Ironhall Trail, Fatebinder of Tunon. With all that running around, I wasn't sure you were ever going to make it over here. I haven't yet made up my mind if I should be offended you didn't speak to me first, or happy I get the final word. I hope Will didn't vex you too much. He's a good enough sort. He just enjoys his job a little more than he should. A hint of a smile plays across her lips. He thinks he's being sly, taking a cut of every toll, but he's told practically everyone what he's doing by now. Did Radamon have anything of note to tell you, or is he still wasting his time scouring dead bodies for information he'll never find? She looks south and sighs softly. I will admit he has led this group first to some minor glories, but I fear how we will end up if something doesn't change. She salutes you. My name is Welby, first axe for the Bronze Brotherhood, though I'm not sure that title matters anymore. She pauses to gather her thoughts, then opens her mouth to continue. Instead, she exhales slowly and shakes her head. Never mind. You needn't be burdened with my problems. What can I help you with? Tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood. Welby laughs a little. We're mercenaries, plain and simple. I'm not going to pretend like it's anything more. While it's true we have in recent years been a little more stationary than your typical crew, it doesn't change the fact that our services can be purchased if the price is right. The voices made an offer to assure our cooperation, and we took it. If I had known Kairos would try to have us thrown out of our home afterward, well, I probably would have still taken the rings. But I would have been a little bit more prepared for the inevitable conflict. Radamon will try to sell you on our long and noble traditions, like we're some kind of altruistic saints who can do no wrong. But that story is as old and smelly as Grandma Beastman's tail hairs. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to take a job that doesn't seem right to me. But a ring's a ring, and I will go where the money leads me. One point Radamon and I will agree on is this. We did a job for Kairos, but we were not treated fairly. The Brotherhood is strong, and we have the numbers. We will fight to the last man. I just don't agree with Radamon's methods. Why are you forcing travelers to pay a toll? Radamon will say it's because it's what we're due, and part of me is inclined to agree with him. But if I were pressed, I would say his pride is hurt and he's lashing out. He can be such a child sometimes. She looks quickly at her guards. Just watch yourself around him. He hasn't seemed completely in control of his faculties lately. It's frightening to see what he's becoming.
Beric says, "Did you not swear an oath to your leader, Sellsword? I knew that your loyalty was available to the highest bidder, but I never guessed that it extended into treachery."
Radamon's plans can doom our entire troop, and I intend to prevent that from happening. I am loyal, not blindly devoted to someone intent on marching me off a cliff's edge.
What does it mean to be a first axe?
She sighs. I wish I knew, Fatebinder. The first axe protects and consults with the first brother. I am supposed to be Radamon's advisor, confidant, and guard. Lately his behavior has become erratic. He's acting paranoid, manic, and distrustful. My duty as first axe is to protect the first brother, but I'm also sworn to protect the Brotherhood, and if that means the removal of Radamon, so be it. He has too many supporters in Lethian's Crossing right now to speak out against him.
What do you think has happened to Radamon?
Honestly, I couldn't speak to the cause. The stress of leadership, the battles with Kairos' forces, his night in the Old Walls, Welby shrugs. Does it matter? His behavior is endangering the Brotherhood, and he must be stopped before we are destroyed. I fear people will be hurt by far more than a simple toll. She points south. He is over there searching corpses, looking for information I know he's not going to find. He ambushed a patrol. He's going to anger an Archon. And for what? His pride?
How would you run the Brotherhood?
I wouldn't waste time and resources on petty vendettas. That much I can tell you. I like battle, and I like rings. And with the Brotherhood, we used to get both regularly. Now all we have is fear, suspicion, and blood. I want the disciplined regiment back, and I intend to have it. While I may agree that we were treated unjustly, Radamon's methods for obtaining restitution are despicable.
I could say, sounds to me like you're simply a coward. If you want something, you take it. Radamon has the right idea. Or true, acting like a child when you don't get what you want is not the behavior of a leader. Second one, for sure.
You've gained favor with the Bronze Brotherhood. Except in this case, the child is in control of an army capable of laying waste to his home. Let me ask you something else. Leave, that's all for now. Welby nods. By your leave, Fatebinder, and be careful. Cool. Learn about the Bronze Brotherhood a little bit. Kind of a ragtag group of mercenaries that has, like, lost their way, almost. Okay, so we can move on, I think. Well, Will has nothing more to say. I doubt I can say anything more to Radamon. Still around? Oh, wait. Oh, God, what was his voice? God. Oh, yeah, he was Canadian. Still around, Fatebinder? I hoped you had decided to move on already. Now tell me what you want to relieve. What's so important about these bodies? They were undoubtedly scouts sent by Kairos to ascertain our defenses. And where one group is found, many others are sure to follow. We are looking for anything that will tell us how many there are, and where they will strike next. They've tried to take Lethian's crossing back already and failed. If the forces are too numerous this time, we might not be able to hold it again. Alright. We'll speak soon. I certainly hope that isn't the case. Okay. So we can move on to Lethian's crossing. We've been allowed passage. Make sure there's nothing down this river bed. Because we have to. Because that's who I am. Okay. I think we can just go this way. Iron Hall Trail is but one of many trading routes that snake through. Oh, that's interesting. Can't really... Doesn't seem like we can quite... I think that... Is that where I am right now? That's confusing. Weird. I guess that's where I was. I don't know why it said it would take 5 hours to travel there, but... You know, whatever. So, Lethian's Crossing. Seems like it might be a big, like, city type area. Oh, yeah. Look at that. We made it. One sec. I gotta check the time. Okay, I got about 15 minutes, so I can kind of go around and loot everything. And maybe sell some stuff. That's a trader, merchant praxis. We'll go loot before we, hopefully we don't get pulled into a long conversation. Grab all that. So much to loot. Light bronze armor. My biggest hope is that, since this is kind of a bigger city, that we find some really good like armor and weapons here, because we have a bunch of stuff we can sell.
Sorry, I can't.
Oh, how do we get up there? Oh, I don't want to go in the spire yet. I think that's the spire. So I'll grab that last item a little bit later.
Sorry, I can't.
I don't know what that is. We'll figure it out. We'll explore this whole city here once we're out of this area. Well, once we're done looting. I'll put everything in a party stash now. Biotis, Felix, Evander, Mares. There's so many people to talk to, so much stuff to do. I'm kind of excited.
Caring too much.
This is kind of our first inkling of like actual civilization, I think.
Caring too much.
Yeah, well, we can put it somewhere. Let's go. Let's just go sell some stuff. And see that armorer.
Sorry, I can't.
Okay. Biotis. Welcome, friend. The merchant cries out to you, his belt jingling with rings. He waves his arms about in a dramatic presentation of his wares. What brings you to my humble trading post? Have I a certain something in mind, or just browsing? Can you tell me anything about this seal? I found it in Vendrian's well.
I have never seen that before. You'll have to ask one of the other merchants.
Darn. Show me what you have for sale. Okay. Let's do our selling, and then I will call it for today. Let's start with armor. Let's, for now, just take whatever we can and then compare it. Or we're starting with weapons. Okay. Okay. So any of these better than your current stuff? That is not. Rending edge. Actually, it doesn't seem bad. The 3 armor penetration is pretty good. And it's jagged. On weapon hit, it gives bleeding. And it's one-handed. That seems good, actually. I'll go with that. I'm going to keep this, though. Just in case I don't like that weapon. Okay, let's check the other things. The iron greatsword. This seems not great. Bronze dagger. Looks way better than the gut seeker. So we can replace that. Iron dagger, tier 4 bronze spear. Yeah, I think we can get rid of all that stuff. That's fine. Okay. Let's trade all that. Now let's look at armor. It's heavy armor. Nobody wears heavy armor except for Barrick, and his is unchangeable. Same thing with that. Bloody Scarlet Fury boots, Scarlet Course leather armor. Ooh. Oh, that's way better for him, but he's wearing his robes. I think we might actually change out of his robes. I'm not sure he'll like that, but that's just such better armor. What about boots? Not that much better. These are better. Oh. Those can only be equipped by verse. So let's throw all those down there. See if any of those are better for verse. Nope. 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 Okay. Get rid of all that. Take a look. Potions, I'm probably going to keep all that stuff. I know I haven't been using them much in fights, but kind of saving them up, I guess. Do we have anything, any wearables? Nope. And this is Miss Other. Garnet, broken armor, opal, topaz, cool. Now we can open up this and go one by one on this. House seal, that's a quest item. Another Falcata, get rid of that. We do have Sage's gloves. I'm assuming I'll be getting rid of all this, but we'll double check it. Those, no. What's this? Hide. That's a spire item. I'll keep that. Broken bow, definitely. 3 agates, agates, and a ruby. Okay. Yeah. Well, that one seems okay. Minus 6% deflection kind of sucks. I probably won't do anything with that. No. Nope. Nope. Okay. Trade all those things. Ooh, we have 1 iron ring now. Okay. Now, does this guy have any cool armors for us? His forge-bound apprentice armor. It's heavy armor, though. Not a big fan of that. Ooh, we have some good weapons. A superior iron great axe, but that's two-handed. I prefer one-handed weapons for almost everybody. And I don't think any of these are that good. I'm more interested in his weapon than anything. It's better in running edge for the most part. Less armor penetration, though. What about that iron dagger for you? No. Okay. Yeah, not really impressed with what he has to offer. So, yeah, we'll stick with what we got, at least from him. Okay. And with that being said, I'm going to end this episode, and then on the next episode, we are going to adventure more around Lethian's Crossing, see what else is in this place, get all loot, do some quests, hopefully, read some of this, see how we're doing on Wrath and Favor and stuff, because we got some updates for Lantry and Barrick. We can look at those real quick. Lantry was elated by your intellectual ways. You thanked Lantry for telling you that he was once a Scarlet Chorus agent. And Lantry was appalled by your rude, blustering ways. Barrick is really high on fear right now. My biggest slight was that I chose not to side with the disfavored. And Barrick was appalled by your barbaric words and actions. Barrick was dismayed by your barbaric ways and actions. I got a lot of favor with him because devoted to the Legion, likes a good joke, elected by your noble ways. Okay. So what are we doing here? I want to check that really quickly. Lethian's Crossing Spire. That's what we're going to be doing. Yeah. And then I need to search for evidence against the voices. And Graven Ash. Which I'll do when I go to Cacophony. But for now, we are in Stirring Visions as our current quest. Okay. Just catching up on that stuff. Thanks for watching. Next time, I will be getting deeper into Lethian's Crossing and what it has to offer and what actually is in this place that is of significant value to us. And some of the characters. We'll do some talking. I think that's a good thing to do. As you can see from the minimap, there's a ton to do in this area. So, yeah, should be fun. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Make sure to check out Mandate Radio, IndieGamesAAA.com, and Basic Reviews, the triumvirate of beautiful web content. Thanks so much. See you next time on another Pete Plays Tyranny. Goodbye.